I would like to thank the parents. I would like to thank the newest alumni, President Lazarus, and the trustees and faculty. You come a long way, baby. This whole school, I can't believe that I'm standing here at this podium in a new auditorium. My God, what we would wanted this back in the day. And everything, and now I walk up the block, and the whole thing is the Maryland Institute College of Art. Oh, excuse me, MICA. We had to say it that long before, but now you got that new thing called MICA, so I'm just thrilled about that. You don't have to write that whole thing out as to what college you went to. I'm thrilled and honored to be a guest speaker today, and I've come across and went through the campus and all through the apartments, all through the dorms, all through the thing. I'm just amazed that we had everything like this now. We used to go down to the burger joint, down to the tavern, and back up to the school. Down to the tavern and back up to the school. And I got so dizzy doing that with all the books and the bags and everything else. Not ever would I have dreamed of standing here behind this podium and seeing these same hats. And by the way, I kept my hat all those years. Back in the day, they still had the same hats. I think we had a little bit more in here that time, a little stiffer. But I'm looking at you, and you look so scared, and you look so happy, and you're doing all this stuff. You hate the gown, you hate wearing that hat. And one girl decided, I'm not wearing that, I'm going to wear my own hat. But you are artists because you're going to be doing that all through your life. You're going to be rebelling. You're going to stand your own gun, and you're going to try to say, I'm doing this. Get ready for this, people, because I saw all the signs. One of you are in painting, some of you are in graphics, some of you are in fashion. It means nothing. And it means nothing because you had to pick an elective to graduate with. But if you could have, you would have wrote a lot of different things. I wish I could have done that because I had no idea, being an art teacher, that I would stand out like this. I would stand out like this. And I remember sitting in the classroom, and we took this course called color. You know that one y'all loved? That color course. And you want to know why we're taking this and what is the purpose of this. But you will learn later it's going to pay off. Everything that you've done in this school, every walk you made, every conversation you had, everything you ever done is making you prepared for what's about to happen. And some of you better really put your foot down, because as artists, we will go daydreaming, and we'll wonder where it takes. There is no straight path to where you go. And like a tree, the branches go here, they go there, and they come out. And you have to know when the branch is ready for you to make that move. Because now you think, because I'm a graphic artist, I have to stay one. Because I'm a painter, I have to stay one. And it came to me after 8 years of teaching, I don't need to be a teacher anymore. I've done it, I made it successful, now it's time for me to move on. So let me tell you something, everything that you're thinking about, every road you want to turn, you have done. I have traveled all over the world and never had to pay for it. I've stayed in five-star hotels and called for room service because I've been spoiled. And you know what the great thing about being spoiled is? If you're talented enough, you can be spoiled yourself. You already have been blessed because each one of us have been sprinkled on by God. We were born with talent. And I found out in the 8th grade, everybody didn't have it. The art teacher said, when he comes back, he wants everybody to draw an apple. I said, okay, that's all right with me. I know I can draw an apple. But I didn't know Sally said, can you draw me one, Reggie, too? And then Bill said, can you draw me one, too? And I drew 30 apples on everybody's sheet. And the teacher told me, you can't do that for everybody. You are special. I said, what do you mean? He said, they are learning how to draw an apple. You already have the gift. And that's when I knew I was special. And I went through hell trying to find out who I was. But when I found out who I was and that I've been sprinkled with a lot of dust, I always tell people, God must have took Oprah and just pulled a whole bag over her. All those sprinkles, because if she had all those blessings, my God, imagine what you can do with a dusting, and you already have it. Now, if you take those sprinkles and start to dust them off your shoulder, you're making a big mistake. Because when I went to New York, no door would open. No door would open. And I knocked until they had to open the door. And what that means is New York is the worst place for you to go. Because you know what happens? Everybody has that same dream. And you know what happened when I went to New York? I kept hearing Liza Minnelli. And if I make it there, I'll make it anywhere. And you know what that did? It got me in the door. Because I came in leg first. New York, New York. And you know what happened was that? It's funny, but you had to kick your way and knock some doors down. And I'm just telling you, art, we have such a blessed thing, this word called art. And so y'all don't even know how big it is. You don't even imagine, because art is the sun rising. Art is the moon shining. Art is a dance by your baby, a cry by your baby. Art is the food your mother prepared when you were a baby. Art is the idea of making love. Art is everything, and until you make it everything and make it part of who you are, that's what I did with my teaching. I made children who could never care about art make it the most practical thing they had. And I remember a girl one day opening up her lunch, because back in the day we took our own bag to lunch to school, and your mother used to wrap it. And I used to say, your mother sure knows how to wrap that wax paper. She said, what do you mean, Reggie? I said, she's got these two folds on the side. Mine, I just wrapped it up in a piece of wax paper. She's got these folds on the side. And look at your orange. She even sliced it piece by piece and took off all of the crust around the orange. I said, she must be an artist. And the girl said, Lord have mercy, I didn't know Mom was the artist. I just think it's Mom. But no, you create it every time you move. You create it every time you mark. Wake up, sleep, do your hair, move your body. It's everything about you. We've just been blessed enough to know, as artists, we have it. You're chewing gum, you're an artist. You're combing your hair, you're an artist, because everybody chews different. Look at it. It's all art. And as simply as it may sound, as simple as it may sound, it grows bigger and bigger and bigger. I want to see you 25 years from now. I won't be alive, but you're going to remember this speech and you're going to remember this time. What have you done with your art? What have you done? You are in the biggest thing you could ever do. You are in a vast society of people that have been blessed. It is your decision. Continue to grow. Continue to create. Continue to be the person you were when you were a child, your wandering child. And remember this, when you leave here, it was all done through the education from MICA. It was all done. And believe me, you're going to come back to MICA. I would never thought that. I used to send my little alumni in, my little checks and everything, doing all the right things, waving at them, telling them, I'm with Oprah now. And I had to do this. I had to come to MICA to let them know. I held the biggest audition right in the main building. I asked for a makeup artist to be my assistant. 55 people showed up. 55 that were all waiting for the chance to work with me. That was an honor, and I did it in the same classroom that I used to take drawing in. And that, to me, is a blessing. What I want you to do, come back to MICA with a story like I have. Come back to MICA with a history like I have. Come back to MICA and praise them for making you the most extraordinary person you ever could be. Thank you so much. I appreciate being here. Good luck to all of you.